fire signs, welcome. Last big readings for the year, so second half of December, and we have Aries, Sagittarius and Leo this time. If there's some weird noises on the background, it's my fireplace that started kicking a little bit right now, so just ignore the explosions. So yes, before we get to the readings, the usual reminders. These are general readings, so not every reading will resonate with everyone. Unfortunately, if this time it feels like your reading does not have a message for you, you can check out your moon, rising, Venus sign readings, or any sign, any reading that really calls for you. And as always, if you want information on the decks or anything related to the reading or personal readings, there's a lot of information in the description. And there's also timestamps so you can jump to your reading, so you don't need to watch the whole video if you don't want to. And yes, I think that is all. Also, let's hope that my voice carries through all these readings. Been kind of raspy occasionally, so let's hope for the best. Let's get to readings. So first off, we have Aries. Let's see what is going on with Aries for the second half of December. Hope you've all had a wonderful beginning of the month. We have the Ten of Swords. Let's see what else. Okay, that's too many. There's like 5 cards. Let's try again. Couple of cards for Aries. 6 of air. There's a lot of air here now. So a lot of swords. And what is it? 7 of cups. 7 of water. And then on the bottom we have the star, which is the card of Aquarius. It's more air. So yeah, definitely. Okay, let me just get the energies before I say anything. Okay, so it could be that something ended quite painfully. Oh, it doesn't feel like an ending. Usually the Ten of Swords is a painful ending, but it doesn't feel like an ending here. It feels like a situation got painful, but it might be a situation that didn't exactly end, okay? So if we talk about painful situations, it can be a breakup with someone, or you lose your job, or you get really ill, or something like that. But it does include like an ending to a period in your life, okay? But it can also just be like a really nasty fight with someone, but not a breakup. A family member, or at work, or just some situation that left you scarred, tired, just not knowing if it's worth it to go on, but maybe you don't exactly know how to move on from it either. You still need to be in contact with the person that was involved, or you just don't know how you would go about leaving the situation. But there's so many things connected to that situation that it would take a long time, a lot of effort to detach yourself from that. So we do have the willingness to move on from whatever with the 6 of Swords. But with the Seven of Cups here, okay, it can mean choices, having a lot of options, but it does also indicate just confusion. And that really, like, I'm seeing like almost a web of things connected to each other. So it would take, like, which ones do you cut? Because if you have to cut every single part of the web, it's going to take a long time. It's going to take a lot of effort. And it's going to just completely dismantle your whole existence, basically. So you need to check very carefully which threads are connected to that situation. So you could just cut that little nasty bit out and leave everything else intact. So there might be that kind of confusion, that kind of I don't know, it's just messy, okay? That kind of a mess happening right now. Like, you do want to leave the situation, but you just don't know how to do it in a way that does not disrupt your whole life. Or how would you even go about telling this person, if this is a person that hurt you, that they did that, it was not okay that they did that. The star here for me in this reading, it really it brings hope. It's like a little twinkle of hope, like a little star in the sky. Like, just wait a little, just wait a little bit, and something will show you the way, like a guiding star, okay? So maybe it looks really, really messy right now, but if you wait a little and not do anything really, really rash, don't start cutting that web all around. But there might be something that helps you solve the situation easier. Either something helps you just completely detach from this, or the person themselves, they detach from you. Also had this idea that if this is a work situation, somehow the person either gets moved to another department or another office, or I don't know, or they leave just like that. And that would kind of solve the whole thing for you, but you need to kind of wait to find that little twinkle of hope there. A little clarity. That's too many. Ancestors. Okay, so this card, I know it says ancestors, but the way it reads to me in more than just this one reading, it is kind of going back to your roots, finding your own self again, who you are beyond this situation or beyond this relationship, whatever it is for you. Going back to that, your personal roots. Okay, that also includes where you came from, your family, but also ancestors as we speak more spiritual sense, like angels and spirit guides and all that. That kind of ancestors as well. If you are a person who connects with that kind of energies, this little twinkle of hope might come from them. So do pay attention to that. If you have a connection already with your ancestors, do call on them for help, for guidance, for clarity. You can get something from there, definitely. But also, like I said, it does have that sense of going back to who you are, focusing on not just this, but finding your own balance again. Don't let this consume you completely. No matter how painful it was, there's always more to life than that situation. Okay, that was all for Aries. That was very intense energy. That was a little abrupt cut, but yeah. I still have other readings to do, so sometimes it's better just to cut the energy, because that is intense. Okay, I know it is. I do hope you have a wonderful rest of the year, rest of the month. And thank you so much for joining me, and I hope I see you again soon. Next up, we have Sagittarius. Let's see what is going on with Sagittarius for the rest of the year. Sounds crazy. Rest of the year. I hope you've all had a wonderful beginning in December. Interesting. We have the Strength. We have the Ten of Fire. We have the Hangman and the Ace of Fire on the bottom. And there she is again. Yes. Queen always coming through. She has been in a lot of readings. A lot of readings. The Queen of Cups. Let's see. Leo card. The Strength. There is definitely a lot of fire here. So you might be, well, you could be dealing with a Leo or another fire sign, or it's just your fire shining through this period. Okay. Let's try to get my thoughts straight somehow. The Hangman talks about a change in perspective. We have Ten of Fire, which is in this deck. Usually it is like a big burden, but coming to a close. It's like a person carrying 10 sticks or whatever, 10 something. Very heavy load. But in this, it's completely letting go of all that, burning it away, like she's burning these. I talked about this in another reading, saying like they are sheet music, I think that's what it's called. And it's like she's burning other people's songs that they wrote for her, you know? Like, you dance to your own tune, not what other people want you to dance. And it's like, it has taken you some strength, some kind of willpower to pull yourself out of that, whatever it was, situation or just a mindset. I know Sagittarius readings have been kind of wonky in the past couple of months. So if you manage to pull yourself out of that pit, and completely flip the script and start your own thing. Burn away the things that, it's like burning bridges, you know the saying? Just burning other people's expectations for you and just realizing who you are and what you want. And then flipping the script. Your own mentality is changing here. You don't try to change other people's perception of you or their expectations of you, but just the change in how you react or don't react to what people throw at you. That is a very subtle but very powerful change. We do have this 10 changing to a 1. So the ending of something and the beginning of something new. But it's still fire. It's still you. It's still passion. It's that drive. It's still there. So it's not like you completely change. It's just like, I can do this all again, but I'm not taking anybody's BS anymore. It's a great end to the year as well. Like, a lot of readings have been like that. It's very good, powerful endings of the year. Just awesome. I really like that. Starting a new year with just better focus, better groundedness. Okay, we have love and compassion. And as soon as I saw these two, I just felt love and compassion for yourself. It's also a question of boundaries, both ways. Establishing your own boundaries and respecting other people's boundaries, but mainly establishing your own here. Loving yourself, showing yourself compassion, but also if someone starts pissing you off, not necessarily going at it like fists up, but just kind of saying like, okay, that's your opinion. This, like I said, this change feels very subtle, so it's not violent or aggressive change. I'm gonna show everybody. It's just like, well, they will see. I'm not gonna show them. I'm not gonna run after them. Look, I've changed, but I will act like this and they will see. But really, these directed at you, yourself, more here. The strength and the 10 here, it's really like, it feels like you've been through a lot. And also, if you've been watching my readings before for Sagittarius, they have been kind of all over the place. Fights with other people, feeling alone, because people left you because you were fighting with everybody, that kind of stuff. So just confusion and everything, and really kind of feeling lost. So showing yourself love and compassion. This love also speaks about doing things that give you that spark, the drive, the passion. Focusing on doing that kind of things. Giving yourself time to pursue this kind of thing is really important for you. Focus on yourself. That's awesome. I really love that, Sagittarius. Really hope you have a wonderful rest of the year. And thank you so much for joining. Always a pleasure. And I hope we see each other soon in other readings. Finally, we have Leo. What's going on with Leo for the second half of December, end of the year. 4 of Wands. Ooh. Okay. Looking good. What do we have here? Oh, there's more. Well, a lot of fire energy. These feel like they should go together. We have the Sun. There's also Leo energy here. Okay. The Sun, well, it feels like that. We have Aries here. In the bottom of the deck, we have Death. In this card, it's Transformation, Scorpio energy. Let's see, what do we have here? What do we have here? Okay, there was an interesting little storyline in my head. Let's try to pull it back. It was really quick flash. This Emperor feels really nasty here. Okay, cat started playing right now, so if there's some weird noises, it's cats playing on the in the background. So we have the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands here also, it's that kind of party. A lot of people take it as kind of like finding your perfect match, that kind of harmony, completion, even wedding. We have okay, weird noises. It has the 11, 2 wands on each side, so it does have that kind of twin flame thing going on. It does feel like you might have found someone, not necessarily romantically, but someone or something that kind of completes you, right? That kind of energy. Could just be that you found harmony with yourself, or a very good job, or whatever it is. That also brings you a lot of happiness, But there is this person. There is this jackass here who think he's all that and has strong opinions, and it's like, I don't read reversals. I don't have my cards set for reversals, but sometimes a card shows up with the... This feels like this guy is definitely just like the worst parts of the Emperor, possibly. Just really cocky and proud in the worst way. Loud as well. Who always thinks they're right. And there's someone like this in your life, or has been, but we have the 8 of Cups here. So it's like you've been waiting for them to leave and leave you alone. And it seems like, okay, there is something that is finally coming and getting them away. They're like, okay, well, it's been fun, but I've been called to do something elsewhere. And see you when I see you. And you're like, not sorry at all for watching them go. And that will bring you even more happiness. And then it's like, finally, I can put this thing to rest. Whoever this person is, they're gone. And death, again, it's... If you don't know tarot very deeply, death is not a bad card. It just signifies that something comes to an end. There is a full stop. Kaput, done. And really shows up here as a very, very positive card. It's like, finally we can lay this at rest. We can move on and we can be happy, either with someone else or a group or a job or just you yourself. That you couldn't be happy because this guy was always there, just butting in and saying, I don't know. That's kind of stupid. And now they're finally going away. Let's see what we have from here. Little guidance. Oh yeah. How many is that? Just 2. We have the Weaver and the Pillar. Okay, let's start with the Weaver. This is like the card for this deck. Okay, this is called the Threads of Fate. And the Weaver is the person who weaves the threads of fate. And of course, we all weave our own threads of fate. We are holding the threads in our hands, and it is up to us and no one else to see which ones do we want to cut, which ones do we want to conserve. Maybe they're running a little thin, so we could, fix it. But it's up to us. And maybe because of this person, you've been feeling like that is not something you can do. You are not in control of your life because there's such a powerful, annoying presence always there, trying to pull those threads out of your hand, putting them in stupid little knots, or cutting them just because they don't like it. And the Pillar here, well, I think there is a saying, if not, there should be, to kind of be the pillar of, well, I was going to say society, but that's kind of big. But just being a pillar, like a very sturdy person that kind of holds everything up. And now, this person, whoever it is, because if they had this much power, influence in your life, they must be someone who is kind of a important figure. Like, even though they are really annoying, they might be like a pillar in your family, in your work, whatever. And when they go, it might seem like things might start crumbling or something, but this is also your chance. We have the Weaver here too. Your chance to really pull everything together and show we can actually be better without this person. Either you can do better and take complete control of your life as you should, but also it is like a work situation or a family situation that we as a whole group can do just as well or even better than with that guy here, thinking they're in charge when they're really not. So it's time to step up and take control and just enjoy that amazing, sunny, warm happiness. That is amazing, Leo. Amazing reading. I hope you have a great, great end of the year. Thank you so much for joining. Always a pleasure. And I hope I'll see you soon in another reading. Okay? Bye.